तो चलिए 8085 माइक्रो प्रोसेसर के बारे में और डिटेल स्टडी करने की कोशिश करते हैं. Here I have written MIPI. MIPI is the short form of microprocessor, as I have already told you. And this is not the architecture. This is the pin diagram of 8085 microprocessor. So basically, in this pin diagram, there are total number of pins are 40. 20 this side and 20 this side. Fine. So these pins are nomenclated as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 20, and from 21 is starting from here, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 up to 40, right? So there are all about 40 pins. Slowly when this session will go in progress, I will let you know all the details of each and every pins, right? But before that, let's take some quick review on some special pins. Like first pin I am going to introduce as VSS and VCC, right? So these are the power supply. VSS and VCC are power supply. VSS means it is the ground voltage, and this is approximated, it is equals to your 0 volt. On the other hand, VCC is your again power supply, and it is your plus 5 voltage. That means the overall functionality of 8085 MIPI is in between VSS and VCC, right? इसके अलावा इसमें सारे के सारे इन पोर्ट्स के अलावा इनके सारे के सारे मैंने पिन्स के नाम दिए हुए हैं. Slowly I will let you know each and every description of each and every pin one by one. So let's say starting from number 1 to 3 pin. So these pins are known as your controlled pins. Controlled, right? This is known as your control. Later on I will give you the brief discussion about this. Next, 2 pins are SOD and SID. What is SOD and SID? SOD is nothing but serial output data line, right? And SID is what? Serial input data line. That I will just let you know, right? After this description of this diagram. Next, after this, there are 5 interrupts. Here I have written in shortcut. Here this is known as your interrupt, right? Okay. So how many interrupts are there? First is your trap. Next one is your reset 7.5 RST. Then reset 6.5. Then reset 5.5. There, after that we are also using interrupt, right? INTR is meant for interrupt. What is INTA? This is INTA. INTA is nothing but interrupt acknowledgement, right? अच्छा, उसके बाद we are having 8 pins which is meant for your data bus, right? And data bus are designated as ADO, AD0, AD1, AD2, AD3, AD4, AD5, AD6, AD7. That means from pin number 12 to pin number 19, these pins are just assigned for the transfer of data, right, to and fro. One more thing you have to focus very carefully, that the direction of control signals X1 and X2 are in the inward direction, and reset out is outward direction. So please focus on all these directions also, right? Which one goes in microprocessor and which goes out of microprocessor. You should know each and everything. That is why I have also used this direction of the communication, right? Next, while you are working with data bus, AD0 to AD7 are known as 8 data bus. Means these 8 lines are specially made for data bus, and they are bilateral. Bilateral means what? You can also input something to this data bus, and to this data bus also you can take some output. That is known as your what? Data bus, right? Next, after from 21 to 28, pin numbers, you are assigning A8, A9, A10, A11, A12, A13, A14 and A15. What is A? A is nothing but your address bus. See, in microprocessor, whenever you are computing something, so sometimes you need data to be executed and sometimes you need that data should be called by the address. So that is why you should have at least two bus. One bus is for your 8-bit, for your 8-bit. So this 8-bit is assigned to take the data from one place to another place. On the second hand, from 80 to A8 to A15, you are having again 8 bits is given to you, 8 lines, not 8 bit, this is your 8 lines, let it be 8 lines, and this is 8 lines, right? So 8 lines means what? Yeah, again next 8 lines is associated for the address bus, right? For the address bus. That means instead of data, first of all address should be come. So for that reason we are also taking the address bus, and for address bus also we are taking near about 8 lines which is dedicated for it. Okay. Next one, sorry. Next two are S0 and S1. What is S0 and S1? S0 and S1 are again they are signals. Fine. That we will going to discuss in brief later on. RD and WR. RD and WR is nothing but they are your read and write operations. RD for read operation and WR is for write operation. Next, very important, IO/M. That is very important. IO means input output, right? And what is M? M is for memory, right? Okay, next one is your ready. Whether your pin is ready for taking some operations or not, for that we are taking the ready operation, right? Ready port. Next one is your reset in, right? Reset in means what? Suppose you have to reset the entire operation, so you can reset it. Next one is your clock out, very important. Clock out means what? Every operations will be performed on the basis of your time signals, right? On the basis of the time signals only the operation will be performed. For that thing you should have the clock signal for timing diagram and all that. So for that we also have to have the clock. Next we are having two pins. One is for hold and one is for hold acknowledgement, right? So out of these 40 pins we are having a brief introduction of what are the pins and what are the classes in which these pins are specially lined. So after that I will just tell you each and every concept of almost all each pins which are very essential for you to study. Out of so many pins, means 40 pins, which is on 8085 microprocessor board, I have taken some of the pins which are really very important to be discussed in pin diagram. So all those 40 pins are more or less are being classified into these common areas, right? And I should start from first address bus. What is the address bus? Address bus is assigned from A8 to A15, which is 8-bit, which is of 8-bit, right? And these lines are responsible to carry the address of any data, right? Okay, fine. It can carries your memory address or IO address, both, right? Okay, fine. So address of memory or address of any IO is to be carried out by address bus, and the lines which are designated for that is A8 to A15. Next is one, your data bus. What is data bus? Data bus is from 80 to 87, which carries the data in between the IO or memory. See, one thing in computer organization, every computer peripheral is having its own memory, its own local memory. And if every peripheral is having, whether it is a memory, whether it is IO devices, if they are having its own memory, that means they are carrying some data, right? And if they are carrying some data, that means the data has to be transferred from one place to another place, whether it is memory or whether it is IO device. So not only the addresses are given to the main memory, addresses are also given to the IO, right? So if the data bus is connected with the microprocessor, so the data which is present either on memory or on local memory of an IO device, database is responsible to carry out all the data from memory or from IO, right? Next one is known as your control signals. There are two control signals. First is known as your RD, second is known as your W1, right? So RD is what? See, whenever the data is present on data bus, right? So whether memory or IO is ready to accept it or not, right? So that is known as your RD operation, that is read operation. Means whatever the data which is present on data bus, IO, that is input output device or memory device, is ready to accept it. So this is done by your RD. Next one is known as your WR. WR is nothing but your write operation. Write operation means what? The data has stored on bus, right? Data bus, and that data which is stored on the data bus has to be written on memory or IO devices for modification of the data. So in this write operation, whether the memory or IO device is ready to accept the data or not, so that is being controlled by your WR, right? Next one is very important, that is IO and memory, right? IO and memory means what? If signal is high, that means it will be your IO operation, right? If signal will be high, then it means it will be your IO operation. And if signal will be low, that means it is your main memory operation. It is not main, it is main memory operation. Main memory operation, right? Okay, fine. Next, X1, X2 and clock. Oh, these are the clock signals that I have already told you. These are the clock signals. Okay. X1 and X2 are used to set the frequency of clock generator, right? To start any operation, we have to set the frequency of the clock generator. So it is used to set the frequency of the clock generator, right? Okay, fine. Next, clock out. It is used as system clock, which can be connected with the MUP. MUP means microprocessor. See, every system is having its own clock, right? So that clock, that system clock must be synchronized with the microprocessor, and that is being carried out by clock out operation, right? Next one is known as your SOD and SID that I have just previously discussed it, right? Okay, so what is SOD? That is serial output data line. Okay, so what does it do? It set or reset the specified by SIM instruction. Whatever the instruction which is given by SIM, on that basis SOD is able to set or reset its state, right? And second one is your, what is SID? SID is what? SID is carrying some data, and that data should be again stored on your ACC, that is your accumulator. So out of 40 pins, for you these are the important class of pins which you should know while studying about 8085 microprocessor.